the NBA because we never usually talk about the NBA. Congratulations, Kobe Bryant, for not passing the ball. You have 30,000 points. You join a elite squad. What should we say about this?
Well, Whippy.
You know, like I was telling you earlier, he wouldn't have made that many points had he gone to college.
Didn't Rich say that too?
Yes, what I'm saying is this, he wouldn't have that many points if he didn't have Shaq in the middle, making everybody double team him or down low. And that's another thing. Congratulations, great elite club he's in. But, I mean, they're making a big deal saying he was the youngest person ever to reach there. And like I said, it's because he didn't go to college. He was straight out of high school, 18 years old. And then you have, when you look at it, when you really start breaking it down, you realize it took him the fifth longest in games to get there.
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain made it in 900. It took Kobe over 1,100 games to get there. So it makes you really wonder, how good really is he?
Yeah, he actually had a head start.
Exactly, he had a head start. It still took him more games to get there.
And you also got to think Kobe did not have a three-point game early in his career. It's just, as of late, he's been adding a three-point shot to his game.
It was all Phil Jackson. If you really look back at his career, where it started, he was just huffing and puffing the ball up like crazy. And so when Phil Jackson finally arrived, the Lakers were finally able to use their offense to what it was supposed to be. Because remember, it took them, what, 2-3 years before they finally won a title?
Yeah,
Phil Jackson came on?
Yeah, and when Kobe Bryant first came into the Lakers, he was still off the bench. He was a sixth man of the year, I think, for his rookie year.
I don't remember that much. I just never really cared for him. And now he has Dave, don't get me wrong. He's one of the best players. Not the best. I'm so sick of everybody comparing him, saying that he can beat Michael Jordan in a game.
Come on. No possible way.
Exactly.
Maybe now that Michael Jordan is 75 years old.
Oh, yeah, see, that's one of the things I hated when the All-Star game when Allen Iverson did his crossover on Jordan. They're like, oh my God, he crossed over Jordan. I was like, Jordan was 40 years old, dude. Allen was 23. I could do that right now to some 40-year-old guy in the back of our TV.
Yeah, it would look like a highlight reel.
Yeah, and it was ridiculous. Go ahead, Vince.
What else can I say about this? Obviously, Kobe, congratulations. I mean, we all saw this coming.
I did.
Well, do we see LeBron doing this
yeah, we'll see him do it pretty soon because LeBron's LeBron. He's the king.
It'll probably take him maybe another 5-6 years to get to that level.
And that final score of the game was 103-87. The Lakers did it over the New Orleans Hornets. I mean Pelicans.
Yeah, the Louisiana Pelicans.
What kind of name is that? In fact, I want to bring that up.
That's someone who was smoking too much reefer, thinking of a name.
I like stool pigeon better.
Stool pigeon. Why would they do this? Obviously, yeah, we've heard Michael Jordan say, oh, I may want the Hornets name back in Charlotte.
Mostly it's because they wanted to change the Hornets to a Louisiana place. You know, that's what they want to do. The Pelicans, I guess, are the state bird.
Yeah,
yes.
That's the Pelican state.
Yeah, the wife got drunk one night, and she was like, let's do it! So, you know,
well, I gotta jump on that boat.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't understand how they're to be called, what, the New Orleans Pelicans?
Yeah, or maybe the Louisiana Pelicans.
You gotta go with Louisiana Pelicans. That just sounds so much better, and at least it sounds like an NBA team instead of a minor league team.
Unless you guys got like a couple names in mind, what would you think of?
Who dat? Louisiana Who dat? There it is, right there.
If I had to be serious on this, maybe, I don't know, New Orleans Storm.
How about this?
Oh, that's ironic.
New Orleans Katrina.
I think the funniest one I found was the New Orleans Bounty Hunters.
Well, no, because they ain't really putting a hit on nobody.
That sounds like a hockey team.
Yeah, yeah, well, it's whatever with them. But the biggest news in basketball right now is the Indiana Pacers are in first place.
Oh, bias.
No, I'm just stating a real fact that they are in first place. They beat the Bulls, and they beat the Lakers.
It's great.
Yes.
Who cares?
Everybody.
I'm wearing the Kings, for God's sake, and they stink.
Well, you know, that's your fault for choosing a horrible team.
Is the Warriors still in first?
Yeah, the Warriors.
The Warriors are actually one game. They're behind the Clippers, 12-6 is the Clippers' record, while Golden State is 11-7. Indiana is actually tied for first with Chicago.
Well, they actually have more wins, though. That's what matters.
Not percentage-wise.
Well, percentage is just overrated.
I'm guessing you don't like math.
And that's without Derrick Rose.
Oh, get out of here with that. You know what? 2 years ago, the Pacers should have knocked the Bulls out of the playoffs. They were just a young team, and they were choked. They had the lead in 3 out of those 5 games that they lost, or 4 out of their 5 games they had. In the fourth quarter, they had the lead. They just were a young team. Last year they should have knocked out the Heat. Still a young team. This year they don't even have Danny Granger in their first place. So I don't want to hear about Derrick Rose. We don't have our best scorer. What's your excuse now? You don't have Phil Jackson?
Excuse. I got no excuse.
Yeah.
I like the old Pacers back when Reggie Miller was still there and
you're
Detlef
not the
Schrempf.
only one. If I could have that wave, he'd still be there shooting balls, just turning around and shooting.
Who else was on that team? Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, Jalen Rose, Travis Best, Rick Smith, Chris Mullin, Mark Jackson.
Yeah, I remember when Mullen was there.
Yeah, Mullin was a shizzle.
Hey, he was still a sniper, even though he was still kind of
And the
old.
only reason why they never went to the finals with their best team is because of some bald guy named Michael Jordan. 5 minutes, we were up 5 points in Game 7. The only team to actually give the Bulls actually a contest. Only team ever to take the Bulls to 7 games.
Yeah, anytime Indiana played Chicago in the playoffs, that was like a heavyweight fight right
Them
there.
and the Knicks. It just shows you the best team in the NBA really was.
All right, we'll jump to the bowl games. We'll be bowling while we're not here, but all the important games will be going on.
Don't we have a bet on this one, Pete?
Oh boy.
Oh, we didn't get to pick, so we should do it now.
Well, we will pick.
Pick later.
No, let's pick now because we won't be here because most of the important games will be on New Year's.
All right, pick some important Bulls.
So we'll start with the Rose Bowl, Stanford and Wisconsin from Pasadena.
That's a no-brainer.
Oh, really?
That's a no-brainer. You got to go with Stanford.
Oh,
is Andrew Luck starting there? Oh, wait, there. He never went to a BCS Bowl. I'm sorry.
Ooh, he went to the Orange.
last year.
Oh, did he lose that one?
Yeah, they
Oh,
lost.
of course
that
he
one.
lost. Exactly.
I think they lost to Nebraska.
Oh, no, Barry Powerhouse. They cornhusked him then, huh?
Yeah, they cornhusked them to death.
Good.
Well, I'm picking Stanford as well. Are you going to give me a straight answer, Rich?
I'm going for the upset in Wisconsin.
Oh,
You really see that happening?
I hope so.
And they just lost their coach.
Oh, never mind. I'm going with Stanford.
I think their athletic director is coaching that game for Wisconsin.
Oh,
So
never mind.
that...
I'm going back with Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't get how coaches could take a job like that and not want to be in that bowl game.
I mean, same here. I mean,
Well, where do you leave to?
Arkansas State, I think.
no, it was Arkansas.
Oh, it was Arkansas.
Why would you leave? Whatever.
I mean, yeah. Why are you gonna leave?
Well, that's Wisconsin, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll blame
But
him.
it would be the third straight time that he appeared in the Rose Bowl.
Well, then he's been there before. Who cares?
Yeah, that's true. But he could have gave it one more shot to
Muddy,
get that
muddy
Rose Bowl.
talks.
But he didn't. Discover Orange Bowl, Florida State and Northern Illinois. No one's giving Northern Illinois, pardon me, a chance at
Who
all.
they play?
Florida State. Florida State's probably going to run all over them. It'll be a good game for maybe
that's
the
what they
first
said about
half.
Boise State and Oklahoma a couple years back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they don't see it this way.
well, they never do when they throw a little team in there.
A mid-major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was Boise State against Florida State, then I'd say that's a tough one. But because it's Northern Illinois, you got to go with Florida State.
I think we'd all choose Florida State here.
I'm going for the underdog.
You're going to choose Northern
Yes,
Illinois.
I am.
Will you rub it in our face when we come
you
back?
have no idea. You guys will see. All of a sudden I'll be moving to Northern Illinois.
The Sugar Bowl, Florida and Louisville.
This is not even a game.
Yeah,
Florida.
I think we're all choosing Florida on this.
Yeah, I don't know how they pick the teams to play in each
It's
bowl games
the
this year.
stupid percentages, the BCS, it makes no
'Cause
sense.
Almost each bowl game seems like it's going to be one-sided.
Oh yeah, we're in a recession right now. All these colleges need money.
I think me and Rich might as well be a jerk on this one. The Fiesta Bowl, Kansas State and Oregon. We already know who Pete's choosing.
Cricket.
I think we know.
Of course, I'm gonna go with the O, man. Come on.
You know, I'm going against you. I'm going to choose Kansas State.
Oh.
Klein, the Heisman. I say he's probably going to win it.
I'm gonna go with the tie.
The tie.
Oh man, we got
No.
a maybe here.
No, I'm gonna go. You know, as much as I want to, I mean, this is actually going to be a pretty good game. This was almost a BCS game right here.
It was almost national championship.
It could have been
Until both teams choked.
on the
So,
same day.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the runner-up game.
Third place, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Oregon. I just think they're
Oh,
powerful.
you guys can't be. Forget it.
I mean, both offenses are pretty much the same. It's going to come down to defense in that game.
Neither one of them have it.
The Cotton Bowl, Oklahoma and Texas A&M. A&M used to be a Big 12 team, but decided that the SEC is better. It seems like A&M may have a home field because this is going to be played at Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, you got to give that to them. You got to give Texas A&M the edge on that
Hey,
one.
Johnny Football.
I mean, not to mention they beat Alabama this year.
Yep.
You mean the soon-to-be national champions?
Oh boy.
Not if Notre Dame has anything to
Now all of a
say
sudden you're
about
rooting for
it.
Notre Dame. After
No,
all this
no.
season, you were complaining about Notre Dame, and now you're rooting for them to win the national championship.
Just
I
wait.
was
Okay.
rooting against them because
Hey,
they didn't deserve
Save
that
it.
spot.
Save it till we get there. And I will get to it because that's the only game left. Alabama and Notre Dame.
Nick Saban, you're a football god.
Yeah, I gotta choose Bama. Roll Tide.
All right, since you guys are both going with,
Here we
I'm gonna
go.
with Notre Dame.
Oh, Mr. Anti-Notre Dame.
I want to hear why. Why are you choosing Notre Dame? Don't say Teo. He's not the
No.
only reason why.
Because out of the two teams, they have the best shot.
Why?
They-
Because they're undefeated?
No, not because they're undefeated, because they're playing with inspiration right now.
But they have no offense.
They have
Defense is gonna
defense.
make up for it.
Okay, but Alabama has defense.
Yeah,
It's,
slow defense.
overall, Alabama has the best complete team out of both teams.
Yeah, when it comes to slowing the teams down, that's what they're gonna have to do to beat Notre Dame.
But
They're gonna
Notre
have to
Dame,
slow
that's
them down.
easy because you just try to keep because the offense ain't that great. So they're gonna do a San Francisco 49er, which is let the offense go 3 and outs and keep the defense and just run plays. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much how you're gonna beat Notre Dame. Because Pitt should have beat Notre Dame. Hell, a lot of teams should have beat Notre Dame. I think this is where their luck finally runs out. The luck of the Irish is gone.
Wow. Let's throw in the Hunger Bowl because that will be at AT&T Park for probably one of the very last times. Arizona State and Navy,
Ooh,
both
that's gonna be a good-
teams,
that's gonna be a
pretty
good
darn good, somewhat.
That's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna go. I'm a Pac-12 guy, but I gotta go with Navy in this game.
I think I'm-
Navy's gonna drop the bombs.
Yeah, I think we're all saying Navy here. I'm just not agreeing, but yeah, I'm just agreeing. I think Navy's pretty darn good.
I don't know if they're good or not. I just know I'm just rooting for my military people. Keep serving me.
With that, we'll take one last break. When we get back, I'll throw in a little bit of hockey
Oh,
and
boy.
a little NFL news. This is DC Sports Hour on DC Free 89.5. We will be right back.
Association. We're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city.